Hello, welcome to Jen's Unique Nibbles and More, except today we're not eating. Today we're talking about hair, more specifically, Telogen effluvium. Yes, I have to say it weird like that. This is how it's spelled, and the internet says it's pronounced Telogen effluvium, which is basically an extended shedding cycle after some extremely stressful thing happened to you, physically, mentally, whatever. Things such as stressful events, poor diet, sudden dramatic weight loss, having a baby, surgery. It's really common after anesthesia. Moving, divorcing, someone died in the family, all that kind of stuff. Your body kind of goes into a survival mode during that time, and your scalp is really low on the list of things that your body is trying to maintain. And so keeping you alive is great, but then a lot of your hair will go into a resting phase, or can go into a resting phase. And then a couple, 3 months later, start shedding, and shedding, and shedding, and shedding profusely. Usually 3 times more than usual for weeks or even months. I've had this happen to me twice. Once was a few years ago, and I had a couple of eye surgeries. And the second eye surgery, something happened, and it took a lot. I was in surgery twice as long. I needed more anesthesia and all that. And the doctor had joked and said, "Yeah, you've had enough anesthesia for a horse. When you get home, you're just going to go to bed." I go, "Okay." And sorry, that was the friendly nod to the security officer driving by in the parking garage, wondering why I'm talking to myself in the car. My daughter's in class. I'm just sitting in the parking garage, which a lot of people do, actually. I don't think they're coming to talk to me. Anyway, so yeah, at that time, it lasted about 6 months, and I lost. It was shedding heavily, but it was how long it was shedding heavily that was freaking me out. I shed for like 6 months before it finally stopped. And this time around, I had here, and I'm going to braid my hair while we're talking, because right now it looks like I have a lot of hair, right? It looks all right. No, it's just because it's all fluffed up. Anyway, where was I? Sorry. A little distracted by the security officers, I guess. I had COVID in November, and then in January, my hair started shedding profusely. I mean, just fistfuls. I'd get up and detangle it in the morning, and I'm very gentle with my hair, because I was going for length, so I always like detangle with, sorry, losing things from my bag of tricks here. I either finger detangle or use a wide toothed comb, and just fistfuls were coming out. And then I would take a shower and fistfuls would come out again. And it was just crazy. The amount of hair I would normally lose in 3 or 4 days, I would lose that a few times in a single day. It was traumatizing. And so, yeah, and as you can see, I'm using this tiny little stupid plasticky thing to tie my hair, because look at how tiny this braid is. Look at my poor hair. It's just gone, man. Look at how small that is. Like, that's my finger. I meant to bring a pencil so you could see. It's actually smaller than a pencil. I hardly have any hair left. I trimmed off a few inches because the end was it was hip length, and it was getting so scraggly that I just trimmed off a few inches, and now it's right around waist length. But all of I had a hair clip in my pocket. My hair clips that I held buns with, don't hold them anymore. I use Lila Rose hair clips normally because they're very gentle. This is a Lila Rose hair clip. So it's basically a slide clip, but I get the kind where the piece is attached so you can't lose it. And it has I don't know if you can see that. You can adjust it to different tensions, so they work so well. They're expensive, but you know what? Pass it down to your children. Like, you're gonna have these longer than you. So, anyway, this is my small one. It used to be too small for a ponytail, and I would use it for a half up. And now I can hold all my hair in it and tighten it up, and it will slide out. Just gravity. It's very sad. So anyway, so I'm going to tell you what I did the first time I was losing hair, and I'm going to tell you what I did the second time I was losing hair, because those two experiences were a little different. The first time I had Telogen effluvium, I started doing things like guava leaf tea. Guava leaf tea is, I think the internet says it's rich in B vitamins. They don't actually list it on the back, because then they would be held to the exact percentage standard. So anyway, you can drink it, you can let it cool and put it in a spray bottle and spray your scalp. And I was doing that for a while. This is representing caffeine. I actually prefer a coffee rinse over a tea rinse, but this is caffeinated black tea, and so that was a good representation since I'm doing this in the car. Brew some coffee or some tea and use it like a scalp rinse. Caffeine is fairly magical. It is a DHT blocker, and so it can help with reducing hair loss, and it can help with growth. I used to do hennas, and when I put coffee instead of water when I made my henna, and then of course it's on your head for like an hour or more before you rinse it out, immediate reduction in hair fall. Immediate. And it lasted for a couple weeks. The second time around, my coffee rinses did make an immediate difference, but only for about 4 hours. It was really weird. I would do a hair rinse, and then, a coffee rinse, and have hardly any hair fall out, so that was great. And then a few hours later, it was just back to its tricks. So, let me see what else we got going on. I'm going to talk about things that are good for your hair when you are experiencing hair loss. Really, the internet just says, oh no, there's nothing you can do. It just lasts a few months. So here's the good news. Telogen effluvium is almost always temporary. But by temporary, that could be up to 6 months, which is traumatizing. So there comes a point where you're like, I gotta do something, I'm freaking out. So here's some of the things that I have done. One thing that's really, really helpful for healthy hair, collagen. So I like this brand when I take pills, but it doesn't really matter. They're all pretty close to the same. And again, this is a smaller package, easier for the car ride. You could use a protein powder, that's a collagen powder, and mix it up and drink it. Those scoops are usually 10 or 20 grams. These guys are 1 gram per pill, and they recommend 6. You really want at least 5 or 6 grams. That's your minimum serving per day to have the collagen be able to do what it's supposed to do. If you just take 1 or 2, you're not going to notice anything. What is collagen, by the way? So collagen is connective tissue. It has to do with your skin elasticity. It is everywhere in your body. It is even part of your bone structure, so that the calcium has a place to build upon. And when I didn't have any hair problems and I started taking collagen, I noticed my hair was growing thicker and fuller. So when I'm having problems with my hair, I figure I better get on the collagen so that what hair I've got is growing in healthy and strong. Seems to make sense to me. Biotin is a B vitamin, and this particular one is a capsule. You can get them in chewables as well, and it stimulates hair growth and nail growth, which I could use that too because I've been biting my nails because 2022's been rough, man. Whoever made that meme that said, when I realized 2022 sounds like 2022, they jinxed it. Anyway, so Biotin. You don't need to take 10,000 micrograms like this bottle is. 1,000 micrograms is the beginning of a therapeutic dose, to my knowledge. And there is no toxicity levels really with it. The only thing I've ever heard is that high doses of Biotin on a regular basis might interfere with thyroid testing. And honestly, I've been in the industry for 17 years, and I just learned that a couple months ago. So I'm not 100% sure if it's accurate or not. But Biotin, super safe B vitamin that can help your hair grow. So that's something you might want to look into. Silica also is really good for helping you to make the collagen. So this particular brand is a blend of silica and choline that has been tested and shown to help your body make the collagen. And so this, I think, is probably the best brand of silica you can get. But it just seemed like maybe a good idea. By the way, I'm going to backtrack to collagen again. So only living creatures make collagen. So if you are vegetarian or vegan and you go to the health food store and you see these vegan-friendly collagen products, they are collagen builders. They are not collagen itself. So just be aware of that. This has a unique amino acid profile, and it is a little bit different than just eating food. But if you drink bone broth and things like that, you're getting collagen that way. But those vegan products, and they say collagen really big, and then they say builder really tiny. I think that's kind of a shame that those companies are doing that, because people just don't know. There is also fish collagen, and I know some vegetarians who will use the fish collagen product. I have not tried that one yet, but that would be a way to do it also. Okay, so last, it's not the last. One of the things I saw on the internet is to soak fenugreek seeds overnight, and then you give it a quick little boil in the morning and strain it and use the liquid to spray your scalp. And I bought them, and I keep forgetting to make it. I have trouble once my spray bottle is in the fridge. I forget that it exists. And I do much better with something that can go out on my counter, which is why this time around, when my hair fall was terribly dramatic, and that was just from having COVID. When I had COVID in November, I had a fever for 10 days, and I don't think I ate the whole time. I had no appetite. And it was more than just not being able to smell or taste anything. It was like normally when I need to eat, I get kind of shaky and stuff. And I had no appetite. I had no physical symptoms of hunger. So I just went with it. I'm like, well, sometimes you need to fast when you're sick so your body has the strength to heal. So I just had bone broth and soup broth and maybe a V8 juice now and then and a piece of toast now and then, went back to bed. I really didn't eat hardly anything for almost 2 weeks. So that might have been part of the problem. But anyway, I went to Ulta Beauty Supply and I bought the Ordinary, it's called multipeptide serum for hair density. And I think that one of the magic ingredients is caffeine. This has caffeine in it. So it's going to come in the box. Mine was $17.90, but with inflation and everything these days, who knows? So that's what the bottle looks like. It's got a little eyedropper. So what you do is you part your hair, you get yourself a full squirt, and you're going to put maybe 3 or 4 drops along your part, and then kind of pat, and just kind of rub it in, okay? Gently. And then you repart your hair, and you do it again, part your hair again, and you just keep going until that dropper hits empty, and then you're going to do it again the next day. And I tell you what, I think this was the product that stopped my hair fall, because I started this on March 13th, and before March was over, I had my hair loss stop, and it just stopped abruptly. It just boom, stopped falling out. Took about a week, maybe 2, I can't remember. And I was really surprised because it was just as abruptly as it started, it stopped. And I don't think it could have been that it was going to stop on its own. But I mean, just like boom, it just, all of a sudden I wasn't shedding like crazy anymore. And another thing that I did, based on people's feedback, trying to open the box, I guess I can wait on that. I got a new hairbrush because all the long-haired community people seem to really, 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 really love the Tangle Teaser. And so I decided to get myself one. Now, by the way, if you buy these online, you can get them through their website. If you get them from Amazon, make sure that the one you get comes in the box. Every once in a while there's a review saying that it didn't come in a box and they think it was a fake because it didn't work the way the previous purchase had. They come with a handle, without a handle. Anyway, so you want it to come in the box. The top of the box has a little thingy so you can scan and learn more about it in their website if you'd like to. And also, it should have their branded name on the handle. Okay? So anyway, check this out. It's almost like it's not silicone, but it's not normal plastic. I'm not sure what they make this out of. Can you see that you have different lanes of bristles? And look at how soft and easy they are on your hair. Very gentle on your hair. And I was so surprised. I was really hesitant to buy another hairbrush because hairbrush, whatever. And I would never have thought that a hairbrush could change your life. That sounds dramatic, but let me tell you, when I use this brush, I have less hair comes out in this brush than when I finger comb or when I use a wide-toothed comb. I have less hair fall out with this brush. No idea why. And it feels so good on your scalp. Oh my gosh, it feels very good on your scalp. So that was the last thing in my bag of tricks. I just thought I needed to do some things. You're not really supposed to massage your scalp much when you are experiencing heavy hair fall because you don't want to pull on the hair. So if you're going to do a scalp massage, have it be more, so don't do this, okay? Because you're going to pull on your hair. What you want to do is you can press, okay? Or you kind of go like this. See how I'm just moving the skin, but I'm not actually rubbing the skin. That's how you're going to want to do your scalp massages, okay? So when I use that serum, I kind of go pat, pat, pat to get it all through the part, and then I kind of do this to get the blood circulating, okay? And I'll repart it and just keep doing that all the way around. And so those are the things that I have been doing. By the way, my lovely bag here is one of those reusable shopping bag things where you can ball it up and tuck it into itself and throw it in your purse. They have a website. These are crafted by women in Africa. It's a women's business, and this is a nice bag. I don't sell any of these things that I've been talking about. I'm just showing you some of my favorite things. Anyway, yeah, so my hair has gotten super puny. I might give up being long-haired gal for a while the growth catches up. Haven't decided yet. I think that if you cut off too much hair and go for a completely new look, if you don't like it, now you're traumatized on top of your hair loss trauma, and I don't need that in my life. But I am concerned that I'm going to have hair loss again. Like, I've got it under control finally now, but this was from COVID in November. Hair loss experience January through March. This doesn't even include the fact yet that my husband was in the hospital for 2 months and actually passed away in March. So that hair loss, if it's going to happen, which I reckon it will, is probably not due until mid-May or June to start. So I'm just going to keep doing all the things to hopefully prevent that hair loss. It's hard to say. Everything was out of whack. I wasn't sleeping. I was nauseous or all the things, you know, because that's pretty dang stressful. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my hair. Summer is coming and I'm trying to use less electricity, so I'm thinking about getting just a real small undercut, but maybe I don't want to do that. I haven't decided. I'm very wash and go. I don't want something that I have to actually put effort into styling, because I don't think I'm going to remember to do that, or I'm not going to care. And like, it's already 90 something outside. What are we? May? This is the first week of May, and it's already in the mid 90s. So we have months where it hits 100 every day, and hotter than that. So I usually wear it up in braids and buns and things. Anyway, we shall see what I end up doing. So I hope I put your mind at ease a little bit about the subject of Telogen effluvium. It is temporary, almost always. By the way, it never hurts to go and see a dermatologist, because they are very knowledgeable about different conditions, and if there was a fungal infection or something like that that you didn't know about, they can tell the difference of what's causing your hair loss. And so I did not go to the dermatologist because it was distinctively exactly 2 months after I had COVID. So I just went, oh, COVID hair loss. But if you can't think of your stressful event, or if you just want to do the best thing and see a specialist while you're at it, then see a dermatologist and they can take a look at your scalp, tell them what's going on. Either way, you're going to be careful not to pull on your hair. You're going to comb it and brush it gently. Be careful with any kind of scalp massages. You don't want to be pulling on your hair, because it'll just pull more of it out. Whereas normally your scalp is stronger and your hair doesn't pull out so easily. So that's about all I've got for today. And I'm hoping to get back into snack reviews one of these days. And haven't had as many videos lately, but I'll get back at it soon enough. So have yourself a good one. Take care, everybody. And happy hair growth. Bye.